Hello everyone, friends. Today we're gonna create this kind of premium lighting that you've probably seen in many places, especially in various advertisements. So today we'll break down how this is done. We'll be doing this in combination with a metal material. Let's first take a look at this material. There's nothing complicated about it. Here we simply have noise and a bump map applied to our standard material. That's all. That's everything you need for this material of ours. Let's get started. I'll explain how everything is set up here. Let's turn on the camera view. Here it is. We need to reload it and select the camera here. All right. What do we have here? Let's break it down little by little. Here, first of all, we have our background, which serves as the foundational layer for the entire scene. It's created simply by using a background plane, which acts as a surface, and a light source that illuminates the area. Onto this plane, our chosen texture is carefully applied, resulting in the creation of these distinctive lines that you can see. In addition to this, we also have a light, which is set to a specific color to enhance the overall visual effect. We're using a blue color. If we take a closer look, say turn it on, we can see that it creates this kind of beauty. All right, let's take a look at the fill light. We actually have an object here. Anyone didn't get it? It's this kind of premium metallic pen. And by the way, you can download this project via the link in the description on my Patreon. You can get this texture, get the background texture, the object itself, and also the project file, break it down into parts and study it. This will be very useful for all of us. What do we have here? Here we have the fill light. It's set up so that it only hits these specific parts here. Interesting. I thought you could draw here, but you can only draw here. It hits these parts here, and this is basically our main color, or rather the main light that washes over our pen. After that, we have rim lighting here. I want to draw your attention to a very important detail in this video, and in general to the good lighting logic, so that it looks, in other words, it's expensive. So what do we do? So here we can see the light here, it goes, and then suddenly it disappears right here. A smooth fade out, and it's the same thing right here. A smooth fade out. We don't have a situation where it just goes, and then suddenly cuts off somewhere, for example. Let me try to give you an example. Well, maybe something like this, of course. Here, I built it too well, and it just doesn't cut off abruptly. But sometimes, guys, there's just light and then suddenly, boom, it looks like it's been chopped off, and that looks really bad. I figured out how to show this, probably like this. There, here's an example. Here, this would look really dumb. Don't do it like this. You need to make sure it's applied as a gradient onto our object. This is very important, friends. After that, we have this light here, which also creates a gradient on our handle in the same way. It illuminates our logo, shining from the top right. And on the right side, it's much brighter. And then gradually, the light fades away. There you go. Next, we have a second fill light here, which creates highlights and shadows in the center of our handle. And we can see this is the kind of lighting effect we get. If we need to make it, for example, brighter so the handle itself is visible, we can raise or lower it, but we shouldn't make it oversaturated. We don't need to do it like this when it's just plain white and nothing is visible. Everything is ruined. That's bad. Don't allow this to happen. And the last light we have here is used in this part of our render. Let's look at it without and with the light. Here we can see that we're highlighting this detail right here. And in fact, in principle, that's all we use, that's the lighting. What's important is that all these light sources are used in combination with a softbox and a texture, which you can download below. It's simply a matter of using a softbox in a specific format, which is then applied. If we don't use it, let's see what happens if we turn off the main light. Here is our fill light. Let's remember this, or let's turn everything off to see what happens. And let's remove it. This is what we get without this texture. That's it. Nothing really works out. That's why when creating this kind of lighting, it's important to use textures on our light. And that's basically it. That's all we need. Remember this video, repeat the steps. Also guys, I would really appreciate it if you did this work or something similar. For example, you could download the model from my Patreon and do the same thing, but with different colors, maybe a slightly different angle, and post it on Instagram. I will definitely tag you in my stories, share your work with everyone, and talk about what you've created. It would make me really happy. You'll get your first followers. Also friends, subscribe to my channel and be sure to like this video. It means a lot to me and really motivates me. Right now, there are only 55 of us, but in the future, there will be more and more of us. I really hope so. So friends, keep practicing with this. You will definitely succeed. You can do it. And goodbye to everyone, friends.